You know what you need to do, but you're not doing it. And the longer you wait, the heavier it feels. But what if procrastination isn't about laziness? What if it's about thought? Welcome to Daily Power Boost. I'm Sean Michael. This isn't a podcast about pushing harder or fixing yourself. It's a space to see clearly how your experience is actually being created. Each episode offers a simple shift in understanding. Not a tactic, not a hustle. A clearer view of thought, identity, and the patterns you've been living inside. Because when misunderstanding drops, relief rises, energy returns. You move forward with calm, sovereign clarity. This is your Daily Power Boost. Welcome back to Daily Power Boost. Here's what most people think about procrastination. I'm just lazy. I lack discipline. If I cared enough, I'd do it. And you beat yourself up because the thing you need to do is important. And you keep avoiding it. The guilt piles up. The shame piles up. The story that you're not capable piles up. The truth? You're not avoiding the task, you're avoiding a feeling. Last week we talked about urgency, how it's created by thought and not your circumstances. Today, we're talking about procrastination. Because procrastination works the same way. You're not procrastinating because you're lazy. You're procrastinating because your mind has attached a thought to the task. That thought creates a feeling that you don't want to experience. Thoughts like, this is going to be hard. I might fail. I don't know where to start. What if it's not good enough? And when you believe those thoughts, the task feels overwhelming and you avoid it. Here's what's actually happening. You're not avoiding the task, you're avoiding the thought about the task. I know someone who had a project they needed to finish for months. Important, high stakes, career shifting. Every time they sat down to work on it, they found something else to do. Emails, busy work, anything but that project. They kept telling themselves, I'm lazy, I lack discipline, what's wrong with me? Then one day, they paused and asked, what am I actually avoiding here? Then they realized it wasn't the project, it was a thought. What if I work on this and it's not good enough? That thought created a feeling, anxiety, inadequacy, fear. That's what they were avoiding. So they tried something different. They wrote down the thought and asked, is this true or is it just the story I'm telling myself? And they realized it was just a story their mind made up to protect them from potential failure. The moment they saw that, resistance softened, not because the task got easier, because they stopped believing the thought that made it feel impossible. Here's how procrastination works. Your mind attaches a thought to the task. This will be hard, might fail, I don't know how. That thought creates a feeling, discomfort, fear, overwhelm. And you avoid that feeling by avoiding the task. The trap? The more you avoid it, the bigger the thought gets. I've been putting this off for weeks. Now it's even worse. And the cycle continues. So let me reframe what procrastination really is. It's not a character flaw, it's a signal. A signal that your mind has attached a thought to the task, and that thought is creating discomfort. The powerful part? When you see the thought and you realize it's just a story, not truth, resistance drops. You don't have to force yourself to do the task. You just have to see through the thought that's making it feel impossible. Here's what I want you to do this week. Think of one thing you've been procrastinating on. Write it down. And ask yourself, what thought is making this feel hard? Maybe It's, I might fail. It has to be perfect. I don't know where to start. Write the thought down too. And ask, is this actually true? Or is this just a story my mind is telling? Most of the time, it's a story. When you see that, when you realize the resistance is coming from the thought and not the task itself, take one small action. Open the document, send one email, outline the first step. The reality is, action creates clarity. You don't need to see the whole path. Just got to take the first step. And if you're stuck in a procrastination loop that you can't seem to break, book a free clarity call. I'll help you see what thought is creating the resistance and help find the first step forward. You'll find a link in the show notes. Procrastination isn't about laziness. It's just about thought. And when you see the thought behind it and realize it's just a story, not truth, that resistance softens. And you can move forward. Not because you forced yourself, but because you saw through what was stopping. This was the thought behind procrastination, why you avoid what matters, and how to move forward anyway. Next episode, the clarity practice, how to make decisions without overthinking. You see, once you stop procrastinating, your next challenge is making a decision without spiraling into analysis paralysis. With strength and heart, I'm Shawn Michael. Stay close. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential. Remember, transformation starts with action. So take today's insight, make it your own, and awaken your inner potential. Because remember, greatness begins within. Catch you tomorrow for your next Power Boost.